of the season, 1,360 days since March the 31st, 1996, his Grand Prix debut. The warm-up lap about to begin. Tino Rossi. How many millions of people worldwide in this paddock and out of it watching it brought to this, always spoken about the influence, the inspiration provided by the warm-up lap starts, possibly guiding light. This is it, folks. It's farewell to Moto GP, and are able to see every single corner. We'll find out just how many we've got in shortly. These are the stats. If the script writers had 200 podiums just to finish it all off, didn't have a bad career, then did he? By the looks, can see them all. It's a standing ovation. We haven't even started yet. They all, to a man, and Wookiees will be hungry for glory. The team's championship at the moment looks like it's going one way. To the Brad Binder's a hard charger on a Sunday glory for KTM in a rough couple of rounds. Now, Valentino Rossi's experienced it more. He's about to experience it for the 432nd fans all around the loyal support for a quarter of a century. He's already teary-eyed. It's been a long journey. It's about to end here. 27 watches for turn one. Yeah. And look at Rossi coming around the outside. And Fabio Quartararo, the world champion. What a launch by Jorge Martin. He's your early leader here, sweeping towards turn four. Through turn four we go. It's Miller in second, in one place, and in the first sector, 10th to 9th. He's under early pressure here from Johan Zarco. No way through though for the Frenchman. Go just behind him, and Aleix Spargaro up ahead. Jorge Martin. Well, that's Brad Binder. He's got to be careful here when he comes back on Dean from Miller. Juan Mir picks up one place on this first lap. He might get gobbled up though by the Ducati down there. Look at the corner speed of the Suzuki. Can he get on the inside of Miller? No, he can't. And he's in danger here now, getting absolutely swallowed by Bagnia as well. Not quite close enough, but Miller will take the lead. Can he hold the line through turn? Miller's in hot in turn two. The door a little bit ajar, and Martin says thank you very much. I'll have the lead back. Mir's close out, fists out, and he's up in the second place. Yeah, and these two have got history as well. Mir and Miller have been on top of each other. Valentino Rossi, as we mentioned, he gained that one place. He's not been able to come under any great pressure as yet from Johansa. Lose the front. Juan Mir looks really fierce here in second place. We're on winning world champion, of course, race winner here, eaten through 13 to then get awesome drive out of 40, running the risk of getting swallowed by those factory Ducatis. He nailed it perfectly here. I think it's Juan Mir a lot, who's got the fastest lap of the race in second place. Here comes Peck on top of him, who's going through into turn two, and Miller. It looks like Miller's having early problem. 1:7.63. That was one of the top four lap times on that previous lap. Mir's going to have a look. Is he? That looked very Quartararo just behind him. I can see Valentino Rossi is keeping track of Binder in 8. So this morning they started 4th and 6th. As you mentioned, Juan Mir again, the superior corners he's got possession. This was on the cards, this kind of challenge. Yeah, they want to finish this, don't they? Here comes Juan Mir, then he's just going up to second, and Mir helpless to stop it. All exchange, the fastest lap of the race there, as Steve mentioned, the 1:31.33 race lap. He's just dropped to 10th. Johan Zarco got past him on the start-finish straight, I think. No surprise. Jorge Martin, the rookie, who leads this one. Yeah, well, there's Rins on the inside of his team, one side of bed, which it seems like he has. Then he's got an outstanding chance of victory here today. Quick shout out while we can to Aleix yesterday. Looked really strong, setting the best time in FP4. Didn't get the start of the first couple laps. He stages then. Jack has been pushed now back all the way to seat. Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. We were talking about Jack Nakagami trying to keep him company now. On board then with Quartararo. Yeah, unsurprisingly, Miller got back in on the start finish. No such dramas though for the two factory Ducatis again. Been pulled wide through four to 6th place. 6th opening lap wrapping. Oh, is that Nakagami? He's crashed. Happened. He was closing on the doctor. And yeah, they're going to save that one into turn 6, down and down. Is he going to even attack Martin on the brakes down the hill into this final corner? No, he's not. This call through from 18th already, up into 11th. Of course, the rookie of the year battle right now would go to Martin because he's leading the Ducati in terms of its latest factory Ducati, but it's obviously Pramac coloured. This is Bagnia on the inside of Bagnia. He's so good at turning. Sometimes he just goes missing in races. Here he is in Valencia, putting up a rousing fight with you on that one, man, because the last couple of years, that is the tale of Alex Rins. Jorge Martin leads. He has been so impressive this year. Earlier in the year, a couple of the race personal fastest for Quartararo and Miller. He might have just finally reviewed if for the hard front tyre to come in for him. Yeah, just the team's ability to deal with this pressure, because we've seen him so often this year deal with this kind of pressure right from the get-go. And of course, he's got great pedigree here. 6-7 races, I think, in the past, 4 podium before. So in the background there, fair play to Rossi, by the way. At the moment he's still in 10th. He's left Jorge Martin. Rins closes in into the final turn as well. And as we go across, you can see that clearly on the lap times. Martin, Bagnia and Rins all 1.5s. Mir just losing touch. A little Rossi's got company, and there's a big threat coming from a certain Enea Bastianini. Ronaldo keeping on. Rossi did just put in his personal best lap of the race, 0.7. Yeah, he might have bother from the beast though, pretty so. Say this Valencia track's quite one line, it's quite hard to overtake, which it is, but Enea Bastianini just making light work of Portimao last weekend. This is the way Bastianini operates on a Sunday, isn't it? It really is. It really is. The rest of the field, though, would be an awful lot of work for the likes of Yamaha and Suzuki to do, because the back end of this season they have been sublime. They never had any speed here at all. Here in second place, and at the moment keeping track of Martin. Fabio Quattrotti there, Bastianini in the run down the first corner. Rossi, unfortunately, at the moment squeezed out of the top 10. As you were at the front to turn 6, we've seen him make a couple of in this race. That's the problem, isn't it, Steve? You can get on par with the Ducatis, a huge rival of Valentino Rossi from 2000 to 2005. I think it's fair to say, Max Biaggi once famously said that Valentino Rossi was my enemy when he was a 125cc rider. I mean, Miller's gone through on the world champion Fabio Quartararo, so with a clear air. Wow, both of them get fastest laps of 31.261 for Rins, 3 in front of him, and he's just dropping him half a second, 7/10 of a second behind. Bagnia was very, very strong there. Left now. Yeah, he thought about it. That was more than just a little look, wasn't it? Does he find a way through on two of the best riders in Moto GP right now, undoubtedly the best motorcycle. Sure, I mean it is that still leads, but rather impatiently, Pecco Bagnaia trying to get it. Yeah, Martin, Bagnaia and Rins, they're not really throwing overtakes at each other, are they? And that's just not allowing here, actually, to be fair to him, as we knew he would do. He's trying to respond here. He's just set the fastest lap of the race. That's flat. It's 10th that he lost over the course of the last 2 laps. So he's now got it back down to under half a second. Yeah, this is all building up to being a pretty classic. Oh, Rins has gone down! Alex Rins, where he looked so strong. Alex Rins down and out yet again. Another massive blunder from the Spaniard. Yeah, I mean, is that related to a bit of front tyre pressure, being stuck behind the 2 Ducatis as well? That thing's a factor. Unbelievable. He's put Mir now in the top 3, yeah, and he's put Mir in a position where it's him versus the Ducatis, as they, for Valentino Rossi, because of that crash, has moved up into 10th place overall as the field going even up until he fell, because there's not many riders, meaning the EUs. That's why they were so up. One thing I'm watching now is Mir, you know how he dropped back? He's so, I didn't know whether he's each one Mir. You never know, but at the moment he's 7/10 adrift of Pecco Bagnaia. It's still, yeah, yet another Rins bin scenario. That's put Valentino Rossi back in the head. Rossi's still having the 36 in the first corner. Of course, these are identical spec engines, the D21. Again, Martin to his circuit. As we look back at Aleix Espargaro, yeah, he's not a rider that takes crazy risks, is he? There's a proper mature head on his, so it's from here around to sort of the last corner. Bagnaia does have some good speed. Now, he's not close enough to have a look at Bagnaia in different lap times. That lap, the previous lap was a 31, I think we had 31.5 before, 31.6 in Rossi on lap 12. Yeah, this will be his fastest ever race around the left for sure. Lynn Jarvis looking on an unbelievable trip down memory lane. Of course, Lynn Jarvis was so convincing this man, along with Masaya Furusawa. Davide have all the credit. He wants to be recognised as the man who was making such a contribution to their success. This seismic change in the power in MotoGP back in 2004. That last lap was 2/10 quicker than Martin and Bagnaia, and we may well have an 8-wheel lead, because it did not look like it was going to plan at all in the opening 3 laps. One other thing to kind of Steve is that Alex Rins has to do 21. We keep talking about this. Alex Rins, that is a prized factory Suzuki. Sees an incredibly strong start to next season. It was to convince Suzuki management that even better. Again, Bagnaia close to Martin on turn 14, but he can't get close enough, of course. The fastest man on that last lap in 4th place. Just wondered whether the start of the race, Jack Miller was jumped. You always do get quite a lot of tyre wear here in Valencia. It's a 4-kilometre circuit. There, a firm look from Pecco Bagnaia. They were side by for a moment, it looked like, but at the moment, Martin, based on yesterday in qualifying, Bagnaia's going to need to be in front of Jorge Martin on the last lap. Bagnaia says second to see that clear advantage at close quarters. He's been right on Jorge Martin's rear tyre now for pretty much the whole race on lap 14, and that brings me a little closer to the action as well. Now the clear track in front of him, as Pecco Bagnaia here just been keeping his powder dry to ride in those tyres. Now he's in the lead, laps to go. We're just past half distance into turn 4. We're in 3rd, Miller still there, back in 4th place. Now 5 into turn 6. We might well see the fastest lap of the race coming in a moment from Pecco Bagnaia by Jack Miller. What will happen now is Miller will see Bagnaia getting his head down here and try and done. Great move, yeah, from Pecco Bagnaia, nice and clean as well. That's the textbook of turn 14. Second, who now in turn is falling into the hands of Juan Mir. Keep your eyes on the lap time here, 63. I think his time obviously hasn't wanted to push that rear tyre too hard in the first match's pace. They're going to burn up their tyres quicker in the process as well. So this could be the decisive moves from 2019. So Bagnaia in the groove, and he's now opened up a 6/10 of a second lead. Conclusion that Ducati were going to add the team championship to the constructor championship. Well, that's well and truly on the cards now. What were they down in 11th place? Yeah, that's very much going the way of the Ducati Lenovo team. And there's Cortes Marquez, Alex Marquez, Miguel Oliveira 14th, Iker Lecuona making the final point. Well, Martin, he's just responded with personal best lap of the race, a 1:31, 1:41. Many battles from 2006 to 2008. He's keeping to be strong at the start of next year as well. When you look at the performance of some of the other GP20, particularly in the second half of the season, he showed Zarco rediscover his early successful touch of 2021 where he looked like a title contender. Ducati had been so superior here this weekend in the drive. There's only one man not being dropped at all, has he? In second place, the Pramac Ducati rider. There'll be 9 laps to go, gained by Way Martin. There's a scary proposition in prospect for the Moto GP field in 20. Jack Miller's got up into third, into turn 2. That was coming. Mir then finally has to relate 1.3 seconds. He's got to try and find. Get back through at turn 6. He's going to run a tight inside line, but Miller's too strong. He got top of those motorcycles as well. It's going to be tough to beat Ducati, I think, next season. That was beautifully done by Miller. So 2021, we have never, since they first competed in the Premier Class back in 2003, had a great run. He was defined really by just one corner. The corkscrew at Laguna Seca in 2008. And as they come across the line, now he's got clear air. Oh, he's still about a tenth off. He's got a lot of time to find. Jorge Martin, tenth of a second. On that lap 16, Steve, when Bagnia said a bit of a weapon, I think, next year. Jorge Martin, yeah, absolutely, couldn't agree more. I hope Tranmere gets some help. He's there with the very best, but he needs some help from Suzuki. Just losing Naya. I think Tranmere hopes that Suzuki are going to give him a little bit. He can't ride that bike any harder. He's getting the best of help. There he is. Look at that, back of the picture. Speed advances of Jorge Martin. Paolo Captanotti, Pramac boss, looking on at his. As we now get up towards the third sector. Took another 10th out of the number 89 through sector 3. Fabio Quattararo on that last lap with the 2020 world champion. There was Huge Delinia, Catty Corsa, general manager. What a job he's done this year. But he's just posted his fastest lap at 1 from the Australian. At the moment, Valentino Rossi's holding firm. 10th, Rossi's right behind him. Here's his bosom buddy, his great mate, Franco Morbidelli. Morbidelli was the first, and this would be a real fitting way if they came over the year in Valencia. It really would. At the front, Jack Miller was fighting with Fraser Flourish here from Jack Miller. Is he going to run out of time though to get any better than a third? That's the problem, isn't it? Valencia for the final race of the season. In the background, Quattararo continues to close this history beckoning for the Bologna factory. They have never in their history a lockout. We just saw there down in the factory Ducati garage. Their one and only MotoGP was at 7, but what did again the hooks into Jorge Martin as another 10 second to 2 from the Australian. Here are the 3 Ducatis with Mir. Make history here, and another 10th gained in sector 3 from Miller as well. Mir needs to come quite quickly because for a second as we start with 4 laps to go. That battle very much alive by the looks of it as well. Across the next 6 tenths behind it. His Ergo team with ease to the team championship here in Valencia. It would be a nice way to cap it off. They will the lap times as Mir in 4th. He's in the 31.7 still. Place with 4 laps to go. Bit of a slightly wide. That might just offer Miller an extra half a tenth. A rare dry race top 10 in his farewell season, but that's what he's on course for at the moment. Cheating more than Martin. It could be just a battle for second coming up here. There's going to be 3 for Bagnia. Excellently done. Mir is in a little bit of bother. Mir is in bother with Fabio Quattararo. First few laps he fought his way through from the 3rd row, but he's had nothing for these 3 that he has had. Further back, Bastianini's gone through an elation Spargaro. It's faded in the closing stages of this one, but here too, the old master, the old maestro at work. Beautiful shot there to finish with P10 as well. Bagnia 8 tenths clear now of Martin. It's just a match. By the way, Martin would take the Rookie of the Year title. Thoroughly deserved considering evening rounds earlier on in the year. Absolutely, without any question, as good as anybody else in this field. He's about 31.4. Having to take that 6th place away from Zarco by the looks of it. He might be a bit frustrated with that mistake or 2. He'll know the importance of a Ducati 1, 2, 3. Ichio Salucci, of course, keep desperately trying to hang on to 2nd place. He would love to finish the season with Portimao after such a strong start to his season. There was even doubts in his own to carry on racing. Last victory of the season in Valencia. It looks like he's running out of steam in terms of top spot on the podium, but it looks as he about to find a way through into turn 1 now. He's very strong on the exit of turn 1. Will he make kilometres left for the doctor? He's done just over 46,000 Jack Miller. You just know, having a look somewhere. He said yesterday he's all in. Not close enough there. I'm really fascinated to understand what the chance of his teammate Pecco Bagnaia here for the win. It's not turn 11. He'd have to leave it all until the last lap on Bagnaia, but it looks like he's got everything under control. It's going to be a memorable day for Italian. Yeah, Bagnaia wins, and it's a Ducati 1, 2, 3, and waves the checkered flag because, come on, a 10th place, a valiant effort. Ronaldo won. Grazie Vale. Fantastic 1, 2, 3. They are going to be a force and a half next year. Yeah, history made. Martin and Miller. Here he is. Valentin, number 46 in the